team to bring up the controversy around her bathwater and compare it to the Jacob Elordi bathwater.
Sydney Sweeney is pointing the blame back at everyone else for the chaos she went through during the whole bathwater soap scandal. It's been 3 months since anyone even brought up that drama, but now out of nowhere, Sydney decided it's time to clear the air. And the way she's defending herself, honestly, it's pretty shocking. That controversial collab had the internet in total meltdown, and after staying silent for so long, Sydney is finally speaking up. You probably remember how the ad completely blew up online. People were slamming her nonstop, accusing her of setting feminism back and promoting the objectification of women. It got so intense that even people who had never paid attention to Sydney before suddenly had something to say. And now she's finally telling her side. Sydney sat down with the Wall Street Journal to reflect on the madness around her bathwater-themed soap with men's grooming brand Dr. Squatch. Yep, the same collab that sold out instantly and made headlines everywhere. During the interview, she talked about her side hustles outside of acting, which surprisingly include everything from reselling Meow Meow bags to launching that limited edition soap that turned into a full-on cultural moment. But here's what shocked fans most. Sydney swears she never expected the insane backlash. She admitted she usually doesn't care too much about online drama, but even she was stunned by how big it got. She told the outlet, "I think it's important to have a finger on the pulse of what people are saying because everything is a conversation with the audience." And just like that, even though the scandal had cooled off online, Sydney reignited it by putting the blame back on the same people who dragged her in the first place. This collab didn't come out of thin air either. It happened right after her flirty Dr. Squatch ads had already gone viral. Back in May, she teased fans on Instagram with the caption, "You kept asking about my bathwater after the Dr. Squatch ad, so we kept it." And boom, the soap drop was born. But when the bathwater soap finally launched, it wasn't just a product release, it sparked a massive cultural debate. Critics were furious, saying a soap so directly tied to her body, especially with those playful yet suggestive ads, wasn't empowering at all, it was objectifying. They argued it sent the wrong message, making it seem like women's value was still all about sex appeal instead of talent. Some even said it pushed feminism backward. The bigger conversation became, was Sydney's stunt proof that pop culture still pressures women to be marketed as objects, even if it's wrapped in humor and hype? A lot of people thought this was the perfect example of how normalized sexualization has become, hidden under the disguise of a fun product. Now, months later, Sydney finally admitted something unexpected. She noticed it was mostly women leaving harsh comments, which she found really surprising. She even brought up Jacob Elordi's viral 2023 movie Saltpin, pointing out how everyone loved the idea of his bathwater. And get this, Sydney also doubled down, reminding everyone the Dr. Squatch soap wasn't just her brainchild. It actually came from fan demand. When people begged for her bathwater, she had two options: ignore the hype or cash in. She chose the second option and turned the joke into a Dr. Squatch soap collab. The bars were sold for just $8 each, but only 5,000 were ever made. As soon as they dropped in June, they sold out immediately. Within days, resellers were flipping them on eBay for anywhere from $100 to a wild $2,000. The internet went nuts. On Facebook, the comments turned into a battlefield. One person mocked the idea, saying the only use for used bathwater is putting it down the drain. Another user argued, in my opinion, women are 9 times out of 10 more likely to buy her product. Women are bigger consumers than men, so insulting or targeting them negatively isn't smart. But then came the brutal line that really blew things up: "Don't try to understand women. Women understand women and they hate each other." That comment lit the thread on fire. Of course, not everyone was hating. One fan defended her, saying, "I saw everyone criticize it except for a few desperate dudes. Never made sense to me. I use Dr. Squatch all the time. Sure, the commercials are goofy, but I bought a limited edition bar once just because it had heavy grit. It's just good soap." Still, the whole bathwater idea rubbed plenty of people the wrong way. One critic snapped her bathwater would just have makeup, body oils, and cleaning products in it. How is that supposed to clean anyone? Another fired back, pointing out that Jacob Elordi's bathwater was just part of a movie, not a real-life product launch. And yet another commenter fueled the girl versus girl narrative, claiming most of the hate came from other women being mean. But here's the thing, this wasn't even Sydney's only controversy. Not too long ago, she was at the center of another PR disaster. This time, it was over her American Eagle campaign. If you somehow
Beat beaten to death, but I have been waiting for somebody on her team to bring up the controversy around her bathwater and compare it to the Jacob Elordi bathwater, because it is such a false equivalency, and it's one that I fear people are going to fall for. Now, in proper pick-me fashion, Sydney Sweeney's comment saying it was mainly the girls making comments about it, which I thought was really interesting. They all loved the idea of Jacob Elordi's bathwater, calling it Jacob Elordi's bathwater and selling. These are not the same thing, Jacob Elordi bathwater candle. And even if he did decide to do that for whatever reason, it would make sense because it would be tied to promoting a film. This scene had audiences all over the world literally screaming. And it would also tie in with other merch that the production and the marketing team had put out, like this liquid vinyl.
If you somehow missed it, she dropped a line in the ad that made the internet explode. Sydney said genes are passed down from parents to offspring and pronounced it slowly, genes. Then she added, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. After that, she tried to bring it back around with a cheeky joke, my jeans, pointing to the denim she was wearing. Sounds harmless, right? Not to the internet. The clip went instantly viral, with critics accusing Sydney and the brand of being tone deaf. Some even went as far as saying it promoted eugenics. A few people claimed it sounded like a sneaky nod to dark propaganda. That's when the outrage really caught fire. The backlash got so big it pulled in everyone: Lizzo, Doja Cat, Stephen Colbert, even Vice President J.D. Vance. And yes, even Donald Trump jumped in. When asked about Sydney's political ties, Trump brushed it off with his usual blunt style. Who is Sydney Sweeney? She's like a very hot actress. He didn't even comment on the scandal, just called her hot and moved on. Meanwhile, American Eagle scrambled to fix the mess, releasing a carefully worded statement. They wrote, Sydney Sweeney has great genes. It is and always was about the genes, her story. We will continue to celebrate how everyone wears their American Eagle jeans with confidence their way. Great jeans look good on everyone. Basically, they tried to shift focus back to denim and hoping people would move past the drama. So here we are between bathwater bars being resold for thousands, accusations of promoting eugenics, and even Donald Trump tossing in his opinion. Sydney Sweeney has definitely had a wild year. She's finally spoken up, but the debate isn't dying down anytime soon. The big question is, was all this just clever marketing, or did Sydney cross a line that fans won't forgive? Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because here at All Access Webs, we bring you the hottest celebrity gossip every single day. Like, share, comment, and I'll see you in the next one.